Hey, my loves, and welcome back to Know Who You Are podcast. I am your host, Misa Love, and on this podcast, it is a production of me journaling out loud, sharing my thoughts with you guys as I grow through this thing called life, and I'm hoping and wishing the same thing for you. So, I would like to start this podcast episode out by asking you a few questions, and I would love for you to really dive in deep with these questions and answer them honestly. Because in order to grow, we have to be honest with ourselves. So, what systems do you have in place in your life? And are they conducive to where you are going? Now, last but not least, are they allowing you to seize your day? That was a mouthful, right? But these are things that really needs to be answered, because sometimes it's us who's holding us back. We hold ourselves back and we like to say, oh, the odds are against me. No, sometimes your choices is why the odds are against you. And a lot of times we truly hold ourselves back. I was in the elevator and I was waiting to go to this certain floor, and the elevator door would not close. And I'm like, what is going on? I need to get where I'm going. The elevator needs to go ahead and close. And I'm pushing the button, not realizing that I was standing too close to the elevator door for it to close. Now, if I would have gotten out my own way, I would have been on my way to where I was going, right? So it's important to really evaluate where you are in life and the systems that you have in place in your life, your thinking abilities. When you're in a situation and 85% of it is going maybe not the best way possible, but that other 15% is actually something good and is working out in your favor. Do you lean more towards the things that's not going right, or do you focus in on the things that actually are going right? That is two different thought patterns. Which side are you on? So, I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago, I had a situation at my house where my washer machine and dryer stopped working. So, while I'm in the process of getting a new one, I have children, I have work, I had to get the clothes washed. A lot of clothes, you guys, a lot of clothes. So I have to suck it up and I have to go to the laundromat, right? And I'm at the laundromat. I already don't really want to be there, but I have to do what I have to do. And 15 minutes, the wash cycles there, I believe, are 23 minutes, I believe. And 15 minutes into the washing machine begins to blink and says, out of service. I'm looking at my clothes full of soap and water, and there's nothing I personally can do. So I immediately think, let me go get the attendant. So as I go get her, she comes back, she sees the situation, she says, come with me. She pulls out this book. And this book is a service log for anything that has went wrong in the laundromat. And it has this MasterCard attached to it. So because my service was interrupted because of a malfunction of their machinery, now the rest of my services were free. She pulled out this MasterCard and she went forward with paying for the rest of my services while I was there, as a convenience for the inconvenience, as a solution to the problem. And the point that I'm making is, even at the laundromat, they have a system in place in order to solve a problem. So with the question that I asked you guys, what systems do you have in place in your life? Are you in the realm of habit? Now, when we're talking about systems, let's talk about self-discipline, right? Do you binge eat and watch Netflix and sleep in late? Or do you get up early, set the tone for your day, and dive into productivity? What does your day look like? That shows a system in you. Do you have a system of laziness, which I'm just getting through? Because I told y'all, I'm leaving that in 2022. Laziness cannot come with me here. So I had to break that system of laziness out of my life. I had to do things that I typically wouldn't do, right? Get up earlier. Get up and make my bed up. Make healthier food decisions. Getting my day started. Cutting out coffee. I had to do these things. I had to break the systems that was detrimental to my growth. And that's what I'm doing here, trying to bring awareness to you guys so that you can break the systems in your life that are not conducive to where you are going. Time management. What does your system of time management look like? Are you the person that straggles in late, like fashionably late? Or are you the person who is prompt and on time? What does your system of time management look like? This is something that I'm working on myself with, because I realized that I wait to the very last minute to leave for work. And it takes me approximately 25 minutes to get to work. I wait to the last minute for me to leave to work. Now I'm driving on the 836, anxiety, crazy, just all over the place, when I don't have to do that. If I take the time to set the tone for my day and say, you know what, this is the time that I'm leaving for work. I could drive at a relaxed pace. I don't have to drive like a crazy person and rush and speed and have anxiety about being late and all of these things. I could cut all those things out if I just leave earlier, to give myself time to actually get there and not have to be concerned about, I'm going to be late and this and that. No, I could go into work with a calm spirit, ready to do what I have to do, if I just make that minor adjustment and leave a little earlier. So with my system of time management, I'm currently working on that. What does your system of time management look like? How do you feel about time management, and do you get to where you need to go on time? Thought pattern. We talked about that. If a situation is going on, do you look for only the bad, or do you see the good in it? See, I'm an optimist. So the whole entire day could seemingly be going bad. I am going to find something good to hold on to. How is your thought pattern? Self-discipline. And that goes into the binge eating and Netflix and chilling and sleeping in late. Do you have self-discipline? Are you able to set a goal for yourself and stick to it? Can you tell yourself, this month, I'm not eating any sweets. I need to detox my body from sugar. I'm doing that currently with caffeine. I am not drinking caffeine because I was going Colada crazy. If you have ever been to Miami, there is this Cuban coffee called Colada. It is literally like a liquid drug. And it will have you running all over the place and helping everybody. Do you need help? Do you need help? Because it gives you this just huge burst of energy. But in actuality, it's detrimental to your body. It's not good for you. It's just caffeine on top of caffeine on top of caffeine. And then they add about this much of sugar to the bottom of that little cup. The cup about this big. And they give you these little white cups, maybe in between 5 and 7 little small white cups, to share the colada with other people. I was drinking the entire colada by myself. Listen, I had a wake-up call like, girl, get your life together. So is there something that you need to step away from? And you keep telling yourself over and over again, I'm not going to do this for a while. I'm going to step away from this. I need a break from this. And you haven't done it yet. You lack self-discipline. And you need to tighten up in that area. Because those minor adjustments with self-discipline, with your thought pattern, with your time management, just to name a few systems, right, that we could have as individuals. If you could just tweak those 3 that I mentioned, it would be life-changing. You would see the transformation. And day by day, I see myself transform. And it's the most beautiful and interesting thing ever. Things that I used to do, I just don't care to do anymore. And my mindset is beginning to open in a way that I know only God can provide for me. I'm telling you, listen. Work on the systems that you have in place. And in order for you to work on those systems that you have in place, you must first step aside and evaluate. Take inventory of the systems that you have in place in your life. Because that's going to tell you where you are now and how you could get to the next level. Evaluate, do inventory on the systems you have in place in your life right now. It's time to go to work. It's time to realize your full potential. It's time to realize and know who you are. And it's time to move forward. You have been stuck and stagnant for all these years. What, you're 25, 35, 45, whatever. And you're in the same predicament, same situation. It's time to do better. No sugarcoating. Time to do better. So get up and take action in your life. And allow yourself to become. Allow yourself to become and don't feel guilty about it. All right? This is episode 7, guys. And I will see you next time on the next podcast. Peace.